Welcome to Morocco. Think of a place where you can have one foot in the Sahara Desert and the other on a snow-capped Atlas mountain. A country where you can walk in old city streets in the morning and ride waves in the ocean in the afternoon. This is Morocco, a land full of amazing places that will make your head spin and your senses go wild. But why do people love this country in North Africa so much? Is it because of the old city centers that feel like mazes and seem to stop time? In this trip, we'll look closely at Morocco's most beautiful places. It has amazing old buildings, from Roman ruins to fancy Islamic temples, and sunny beaches on both the Mediterranean Sea and Atlantic Ocean. We'll walk through the blue streets of Chefchaouen, explore the old, busy city of Fez, and watch the sun go down over the ocean in Essaouira. We'll find hidden treasures and famous landmarks, all while learning about the rich mix of Moroccan culture. Whether you travel a lot or just like to dream about far-off places, get ready for an adventure that will make you want to pack your bags and change what you thought you knew about Morocco.
How much do you know about Morocco? Here's a quick question. Which famous Moroccan city is called the Blue Pearl because its buildings are painted blue? Write your answer below in the comment. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell so you never miss any of our latest content. Now, let's start our trip through this amazing country, looking at its best places and finding out what makes Morocco so special. Let's talk first about Marrakesh, the Red City of Morocco. It's called that because of its red buildings and walls. This busy city is like a doorway to Morocco's rich culture and history. When you visit, your senses will be overwhelmed in the best way possible. In the middle of Marrakesh, there's a famous square called Jemaa El Fna. It's so special that UNESCO named it a World Heritage Site. During the day, you'll see snake charmers, musicians, and storytellers entertaining people. But at night, it turns into a huge outdoor restaurant. Food stalls pop up everywhere, serving tasty Moroccan dishes. The air fills with the smell of grilled meat, spicy tagine, and sweet desserts. Around the square, you'll find the maze-like markets called souks. These are great places to shop for all kinds of things. Beautiful carpets, colorful clothes, spices, and handmade leather goods. As you walk through the narrow streets, you'll feel like you've stepped back in time.
Marrakesh also has some amazing old buildings to visit. There's the Bahia Palace, built over 100 years ago. It shows off the best of Moroccan art with its pretty tiles, wooden ceilings, and peaceful courtyards. Not far away are the Saadian tombs, where Morocco's past rulers were buried. These tombs were hidden for hundreds of years until they were found again in 1917. They're decorated with beautiful patterns and designs. For something more modern, check out the Jardin Majorelle. It's a garden that used to belong to a famous fashion designer named Yves Saint Laurent. The garden has bright blue buildings and lots of unusual plants from all over the world. It's a quiet place to relax in the busy city. And at the end of the day, why not try a hammam bath? It's a traditional Moroccan way to clean and relax. You can go to a fancy spa or a local bathhouse. Either way, it's a great way to feel refreshed after a day of exploring. Marrakesh is a city that everyone loves. It mixes old traditions with new luxuries in a special Moroccan way. Every time you turn a corner, you might find something new and exciting. It's a place full of adventure. From the vibrant energy of Marrakesh, we journey northeast to Fez, often considered the cultural and spiritual center of Morocco. Fez is known for its culture and religious importance. It's a very old city, started over 1,200 years ago. Fez even has the oldest university in the world, built way back in 859. The best part of Fez is its old town, called the Medina. It's so special that it's on UNESCO's list of important places. The Medina is like a big maze with over 9,000 small streets. As you walk around, you'll see people working on traditional crafts like metalwork and wood carving. One famous place in Fez is the Chouara Tannery. It's where people have been making leather for almost 1,000 years.
You can watch from nearby buildings as workers clean and color leather in big stone pools. It's colorful to see, but can smell pretty strong. Fez is also known for its religious schools and mosques. One beautiful school is the Al-Atarin Madrasa, built about 700 years ago. It has amazing tile designs and wooden carvings. While you can't go inside most mosques if you're not Muslim, they're still beautiful to look at from outside. For a great view of the whole city, you can go to the Marinid tombs. These are old, broken-down buildings on a hill. From here, you can see all of Fez spread out below you. It's really pretty at sunset when you can hear the call to prayer across the city. Fez is famous for its food, too. They make a special dish called pastilla. It's like a pie with meat, usually pigeon, almonds, and cinnamon, wrapped in very thin pastry. You can find this and other yummy Moroccan food all over the Old Town. When you're in Fez, it feels like you've gone back in time. There are no cars in the Old Town, many people wear traditional clothes, and you can watch craftspeople working just like they did hundreds of years ago. Fez gives visitors a real taste of old Morocco and its rich culture. It's a place you'll remember for a long time. Our next destination takes us to the Rif Mountains of northern Morocco, where we find the mesmerizing town of Chefchaouen. People call it the Blue Pearl because almost everything in the town is painted blue. It's a magical place that looks different from anywhere else in the world. As you get close to Chefchaouen, you'll see a sea of blue buildings flowing down the mountainside. The story goes that Jewish people who moved here in the 1930s started painting things blue. They thought the color was like heaven and the sky. Now, this blue town is a favorite spot for photographers and artists looking for new ideas. In the middle of Chefchaouen is the old town called the Medina. It's full of small, twisty streets and stairs. But unlike the busy old towns in bigger cities, Chefchaouen is calm and relaxed. You can take your time walking around, finding pretty squares, cozy cafes, and shops selling local crafts. The town is famous for its woven blankets and carpets. In the center of the old town, you'll see the Grand Mosque and an old fortress called the Kasbah. The Kasbah was built about 500 years ago and used to be a prison. If you climb up its tower, you can see amazing views of the blue town and the mountains around it. Inside the Kasbah, there's a small museum where you can learn about the town's history and see traditional clothes.
Just outside the old town walls is a beautiful waterfall called Ras El Ma. In the past, local women used to wash clothes here. Now it's a popular place for people to meet and relax. The sound of the water and the view of the blue town make it a peaceful spot. If you like hiking, the mountains around Chefchaouen are great for walks. Many people like to hike to an old Spanish mosque on a hill above the town. Chefchaouen is also known for its tasty food. Make sure to try the local goat cheese and olives that grow nearby. In the main square, called Plaza Outa El Hammam, you can find restaurants serving traditional Moroccan food with a special Chefchaouen style. When night comes, Chefchaouen looks even more magical. The town gets quiet and the soft lights make the blue buildings glow. It's a great time to sit on a rooftop with a cup of mint tea, looking out at the blue houses and far-off mountains. Chefchaouen is a peaceful break in your trip around Morocco. It feels like time slows down here and you can forget about your worries. Its special beauty and calm feeling make it a favorite place for many visitors to Morocco. It shows you a different side of this diverse country. Wasn't that blue town amazing? Our Morocco trip is just starting. Next, we'll see big old royal cities, beautiful sunsets in the desert, and old Roman buildings. Keep watching to see how Morocco mixes beach fun, desert magic, and royal beauty all in one. You'll want to see what's coming next. From the blue mountains of Chefchaouen, we travel southwest to the Atlantic coast, where we find the charming port city of Essaouira. Known as the Windy City due to the strong trade winds that blow year-round, Essaouira offers a perfect blend of history, culture, and coastal beauty. Essaouira has an interesting past. A French architect planned the city for a Moroccan king about 250 years ago.
This is why the buildings look a bit Moroccan and a bit European. You can see this mix in the big walls around the city. From these walls, you can see great views of the wild ocean. The heart of Essaouira is its UNESCO-listed Medina, a maze of whitewashed houses with blue shutters, artisan workshops, and colorful markets. One of the best things to see in Essaouira is its busy port and fish market. Early in the morning, you can watch blue fishing boats come back with fish. Then there's a noisy fish sale at the market. If you like seafood, you can eat some of the freshest fish ever, often cooked right in front of you at food stands. Essaouira also has great beaches. The main beach is long and sandy, good for sunbathing and walks. But what makes Essaouira really famous is the wind. Lots of people come here to surf with sails and kites. Even if you don't surf, it's fun to watch the colorful kites in the sky.
If you like history, you should visit Scala de la Ville. It's an old fort by the sea, built about 250 years ago. From here, you can learn about Essaouira's past and see great views of the old town and the ocean. There are old cannons on the walls that make for good photos, especially at sunset when the light is golden. Essaouira is known for music and art. Every year there's a big music festival called the Nawa World Music Festival. It plays traditional Moroccan Nawa music and music from around the world. Even when there's no festival, you might hear Nawa music being played in the streets as you walk around. At the end of the day, go to the harbor to watch the sun go down. It's really pretty to see the sun sink into the ocean, making the sky colorful and turning the fishing boats into dark shapes. After that, you can eat fresh fish for dinner at a restaurant in the old town. Then, if you want, you can take a relaxing bath called a hammam to wash off the salt and sand. Essaouira is different from the hot, busy cities inside Morocco. It's relaxed, has lots of history, and is right by the sea. People who visit Morocco often love it here. Whether you like water sports, art, history, or just sitting by the sea, there's something for everyone in Essaouira. Rabat, the capital city of Morocco, is a place many tourists skip. But Rabat is special. It mixes old and new with a lovely seaside feel that makes it worth seeing. Rabat sits by the Atlantic Ocean. It's one of Morocco's 4 royal cities and has been the capital since 1956. You can see its long history in the old buildings, but it also feels modern because it's where the government is. One of the coolest things in Rabat is the Hassan Tower. It's an old, unfinished tower from the 1100s. A king named Yaqub al-Mansur wanted it to be the biggest in the world, but he died before it was done. Now, the tower and the old mosque ruins look amazing, especially at night when they're lit up. Next to the tower is the tomb of King Mohammed V. It's a beautiful new building with fancy decorations. Inside, you can see the graves of the king and his 2 sons. There are pretty patterns on the walls and big marble columns. People can go inside to look around and show respect to the late king. For a real old-time feel, check out the Kasbah of the Udayas. It's like a small city inside Rabat with blue and white streets. Walking there feels like going back in time. The Kasbah has Rabat's oldest mosque and great views of the river and ocean. Rabat's old market area, called the Medina, is fun to explore. It's smaller and less crowded than in other cities. You can buy traditional stuff without feeling pushed to buy. There's a street called Rue des Consoles where you can watch people making things by hand. To see something new, visit the Mohammed VI Museum of Modern and Contemporary Art. This fancy museum shows Moroccan art from the last 100 years or so. It helps you understand how art in Morocco has changed over time.
If you like nature, go to the exotic gardens of Bouknadel, just outside the city. These pretty gardens have plants from all over the world, plus calm ponds and cool buildings. It's a nice place for a quiet walk away from the busy city. In the evening, take a walk by the ocean on the Corniche. You can enjoy the sea air, watch people fishing, and maybe try some yummy street food. It's really lively on weekends when families come out to enjoy the cool evening. Rabat is more calm and classy than some other Moroccan cities that get lots of tourists. It has old sites, modern stuff, and seaside beauty all mixed together. Whether you like history, art, or just want to see how people live in Morocco's capital, Rabat has lots to show you.
After seeing the pretty coastal city of Rabat, we now go deep into the Sahara Desert to a little town called Merzouga. This faraway place is where you start to see one of Morocco's most amazing sights, the Erg Chebi sand dunes. Here, the land changes a lot, showing visitors a sea of golden sand that goes on as far as you can see. As you get close to Merzouga, you'll be amazed by the huge sand dunes that suddenly appear. These dunes, some as tall as 150 meters, make a beautiful view that changes color during the day, from light pink in the morning to deep orange at sunset. The best way to see the beautiful Sahara is by riding a camel into the dunes. As you gently move back and forth on your camel, led by local Berber guides, you'll feel like you've gone back in time to when old traders crossed the desert. The quiet of the desert, only broken by the soft sound of camel feet on sand, makes you feel peaceful and close to nature. Many people like to sleep in a desert camp where you can see amazing stars at night. Far from city lights, the night sky is full of countless stars, reminding us how small we are in the big universe. Some camps have traditional Berber music and stories around the campfire, adding some culture to the natural beauty. For people who like thrills, sliding down the dunes on a sandboard is a fun way to enjoy the desert. The feeling of sliding down a golden dune is really special, giving you a new way to see the big Sahara. While the desert is the main thing to see, Merzouga town has interesting things too. The town has a group of Gnawa people whose families came from Africa long ago. Their special music and dancing shows you a different part of Moroccan culture. Near Merzouga, there's a lake called Deyet Sergi that comes and goes with the seasons. In spring, this lake brings many kinds of birds, including flamingos, making it great for watching birds. Even when it's dry, the cracked ground of the lake looks like another world and is fun to explore. If you like rocks and fossils, the area around Merzouga has lots of them. Local shops sell many kinds of old stone animals, from trilobites to orthosaurus, showing that this area used to be under an ancient sea long ago. At the end of the day, climbing to the top of a high dune to watch the sunset is something you must do. The way the last light shines on the wavy sand, making long shadows and turning the dunes to golden color, is something you'll remember for a long time. Merzouga is a place where nature makes you feel amazed, where time seems to go slower, and where the simple beauty of sand, sky, and stars makes memories that last forever. Whether you want adventure, peace, or just a chance to get away from modern life, the Sahara Desert near Merzouga is the perfect place to go. Wasn't that Sahara adventure something else? But don't think we're done yet. There's so much more of Morocco to explore. Up next, we're going to step back in time as we visit Ait Ben Haddou, a place that looks like it's straight out of a movie, because it is. Then we'll dive into the rich history of Meknes, one of Morocco's imperial cities. And just wait until you see the ancient Roman ruins of Volubilis. Keep watching as we continue our journey through Morocco's most amazing places. The best is yet to come. After seeing the golden sand of the Sahara, we go northwest to the bottom of the big Atlas Mountains. Here, we find the amazing old town of Ait Ben Haddou. This special place is protected by UNESCO and shows us how Moroccans used to build with clay. Many travelers and movie makers have loved this place for years. Ait Ben Haddou is a great example of an old desert town. It's a bunch of clay buildings close together, with high walls around it and towers on the corners. From far away, it looks like it's growing out of the rocky hill, its orange-brown color matching the land around it. When you get close to the town, you'll be amazed by how big it looks. The buildings are stacked on top of each other on a hill, with tiny, twisty streets between them. They built it this way to stay safe, so people could go up the hill if enemies attacked. You cross a river called Unila, which is usually dry but can get full of water after heavy rain, to get into the town through a small, low door. Inside, you'll feel like you've gone back in time. The streets have clay houses on both sides, and some families still live there like people did in the past. As you walk up through the town, you'll see lots of old Berber buildings. The houses are made of mud mixed with straw, which keeps them cool when it's hot and warm when it's cold. The walls often have pretty patterns on them, which is how Berbers like to decorate.
One of the coolest buildings in 8 Ben Haddou is the big storage place at the top of the hill. This strong building was used to keep the town's food safe. From up there, you can see amazing views of the land around, including the Atlas Mountains far away. 8 Ben Haddou is so pretty that many movies and TV shows have been filmed there. You might see places from movies like Gladiator or Lawrence of Arabia or the TV show Game of Thrones as you walk around. The area around the town is amazing to look at too. There's another cool old building in a nearby town called Tamdakt, and you can see lots of palm trees and small villages that show how people live in the countryside. If you like taking pictures, you'll love 8 Ben Haddou. The sunlight makes the clay buildings look different all day long. It's especially pretty at sunset when the light makes the walls look deep red. Even though it's famous, 8 Ben Haddou still feels real. There are some shops selling local art, but it's not too touristy. You can still feel peaceful in this old place, and imagine what life was like hundreds of years ago, when traders used to stop here on their way between the Sahara and Marrakesh. 8 Ben Haddou shows us how Moroccans used to build and live. It's so beautiful, full of history and important to Moroccan culture that it's one of the best places to visit in the country. Whether you love history, taking pictures, or just seeing amazing places, you'll remember 8 Ben Haddou for a long time.
Let's talk about Meknès, one of Morocco's 4 big royal cities, where you can really feel the old times. Not as many people visit Meknès as they do Marrakesh and Fez, but it's just as cool and less crowded for seeing how Moroccan kings used to live. Meknès was at its best in the 1600s when a king called Sultan Moulay Ismail made it his main city. He built so many grand things that people started calling Meknès the Versailles of Morocco. You can still see a lot of what he built, especially the big gates and walls. The most famous gate is called Bab Mansour, and many think it's the prettiest in all of Morocco. This huge entrance to the old royal city has beautiful colored tiles, carved stone, and big columns. Some of these columns came from an old Roman city nearby called Volubilis. Close by is a big open space called Place El Hadim. It's where the old city meets the royal city. This square gets really lively at night with food stands, music, and people doing shows. It's a great place to see how local people live. One of the coolest places in Meknès is Harry Es-Sawani, which people call the King's Stables. This huge building was made to keep the king's 12,000 horses. It's so big that when you look inside, the arches seem to go on forever. Right next to it are old storerooms for food, built with clever ways to keep things cool. To learn more about the city's past, go to the Dar Jamai Museum. It's in a beautiful old palace from the 1800s. You can see traditional Moroccan crafts like carpets and jewelry here. Just outside the city is the tomb of Moulay Ismail. It's special because it's one of the few mosques in Morocco that people who aren't Muslim can go inside. It's a beautiful building with calm courtyards, fancy plaster designs, and pretty mosaic tiles. It's a peaceful place to think. Meknès is also known for making wine because the land around it is good for growing grapes. There are several places nearby where they make some of Morocco's best wines. If you like wine, you might enjoy visiting one of these places to see how they make it and taste some.
In the evening, take a walk along the big walls around the city. These huge walls go on for 40 kilometers with impressive gates along the way. You can get nice views of the old city and the countryside from here. Meknès lets you see the grand old Morocco without too many other tourists around. Its impressive buildings, relaxed old city, and rich history make it a great place to visit in Morocco. Meknès shows you a lot about how Moroccan kings used to live. Not far from Meknès, we find the old Roman city of Volubilis. The old buildings here show us how far the Roman Empire reached and give us a different view of Morocco's past, which we usually think of as Islamic and Berber. Volubilis started as a city about 2,300 years ago, built by people called Phoenicians. Later, it became an important Roman city. It was at its best about 1,000 years ago, when it was the main city for the Romans in this part of North Africa. Now it's the best-kept old Roman city in Morocco and one of the most impressive in all of North Africa. When you get close to Volubilis, you will be amazed by where it is. The old buildings are spread out on flat green land with hills behind them, making it a perfect place for photography. When you go in, you'll first see a big arch called the Triumphal Arch of Caracalla. This huge doorway used to be the way into the city from the west. It was built to honor a Roman ruler called Caracalla and his mom. It's a grand start to your visit and gives you beautiful views of the land around. From there, you can walk around and look at all the old buildings, many of them still standing tall. You'll see big, fancy houses with beautiful floor pictures made of little stones. These pictures, called mosaics, show stories from old Roman myths. They've been protected for hundreds of years and show us how rich people lived back then. One of the most famous spots in the Old Town is called Petit Sacco. It's a small square that used to be where lots of artists and writers would hang out in the middle of the 1900s. Creative people from all over the world came here. Now it's a great place to sit at a cafe, drink tea, and watch people go by. For amazing views over the water to Spain, go to the Kasbah. It's an old fort at the highest point of the Old Town. There's a museum in the Kasbah that used to be the Sultan's palace. It tells you about the city's long history and all the different cultures that influenced it. From the museum's balcony, you can see Spain on a clear day, which reminds you how close Tangier is to Europe. Tangier is famous for writers, and there's a special museum called the Tangier American Legation Museum. It's the only official historic place for the United States that's in another country. This museum has lots of paintings and papers about Tangier's history, including a part about an American writer named Paul Bowles who lived in the city for many years. To see what Tangier was like when Europeans ran it, walk down Boulevard Pasteur in the new part of the city. This street has big trees and grand old buildings from when Tangier was an international zone. One famous place is the Grand Café de Paris, where writers and spies used to meet in the mid-1900s. If you like food, you'll enjoy Tangier. The food here mixes Moroccan flavors with tastes from Europe and the Mediterranean. Try the local special squid filled with stuffing, or eat fresh fish at one of the many restaurants near the water. For a special place to eat, go to Café Haffa. It's a cafe on a hill looking out to the water, and it's been serving mint tea to locals and famous people since 1921. When the sun goes down, Tangier becomes magical. You hear the call for prayer across the old town, fishing boats come back to the harbor, and you can see lights twinkling in Spain across the water. For a nice evening, go to one of the rooftop bars in the old town to have a drink while watching the sunset over the ocean.
What makes Tangier special is how it mixes different cultures, its amazing location, and its slightly old-fashioned grandness. It's a city that's best if you take time to explore its hidden places and enjoy its unique feel. Whether you like history, books, beaches, or just want to see a different side of Morocco, Tangier has lots to offer. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the wonders of Morocco. From the bustling souks of Marrakech to the serene blue streets of Chefchaouen, the incredible diversity is what makes Morocco a truly unique destination. We'd love to hear about your favorite Moroccan destinations or any hidden places we might have missed. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more travel inspiration. Until our next adventure, thank you for watching and happy travels.